Well, you may have seen me out, but I would never put myself in a position to get hurt or be caught. I would never hold hands or do anything improper in public. So everything I did personally was private. I made sure of that. I won't send a naked picture, a naked video, anything, because it may possibly get out, and I didn't want to take that chance back then. Now, who cares? But
DA Brat sat down in front of the camera, her hands shaking slightly as she collected her thoughts. She looked into the lens, her eyes filled with emotion, and took a deep breath. "I never thought I'd be sitting here, sharing this with the world," she began, her voice trembling with the weight of the words she was about to speak. "I gave her everything. I trusted her with my heart, my love, my life. But sometimes, no matter how much you give, it's not enough." DA Brat paused, her eyes searching for the right words as the gravity of the moment sank in. "I'm here today to tell you the truth about Judy. The truth I've been holding in for so long. The betrayal I never saw coming, but that I had to face." She wiped a tear from her eye, her voice growing steadier. "This is my truth, and it's time to share it. It's time to tell you what happened, and how, in the end, I had to let go of the woman I thought I'd spend the rest of my life with." DA Brat took a deep breath and looked directly into the camera. "I gave her everything, but she betrayed me in the worst way possible." DA Brat's tone softened as she reflected on the early days of her relationship with Judy. "When we first met, I thought I had found my soulmate," DA Brat shared, her eyes misting as she recalled the moments of joy and hope. "Everything seemed perfect. She was funny, kind, and made me feel like I was the only one that mattered. I thought we were building something beautiful together. I thought we were invincible." DA Brat smiled faintly, her expression filled with bittersweet memories. "We talked about everything, our dreams, our future. I thought we had something special, something that would last forever." Her smile faded, replaced by a more solemn look. "I was so naive. I couldn't have known that those early moments of happiness would be overshadowed by what was coming next." DA Brat sighed deeply. "But back then, it was all about love. I was all in, and I thought she was too." As time passed, DA Brat began to notice subtle changes in Judy's behavior. "I started to notice small things that didn't sit right with me," DA Brat confessed, her voice tinged with frustration. "There were moments when Judy would pull away, becoming distant and cold, and I couldn't figure out why. It wasn't like her at all." DA Brat's voice dropped to a whisper as she recalled the confusion she felt. "At first, I thought maybe it was just stress or personal issues she wasn't ready to talk about. But the more it happened, the more I began to feel like I was losing her. She stopped sharing things with me. She stopped being as affectionate. And every time I asked her about it, she'd get defensive, shut down, or brush me off." DA Brat shook her head. "I didn't want to believe it. I kept telling myself that things were just tough, that we'd get through it. But deep down, I knew something wasn't right." The moment DA Brat discovered the truth about Judy's betrayal was one she would never forget. "I found out in the worst possible way," DA Brat said, her voice cracking with emotion. "I wasn't looking for it, but it all came to light. I found messages that made it impossible to deny what was happening behind my back." DA Brat paused, her eyes closing briefly as she recollected the pain of that moment. "I remember feeling like the ground was slipping beneath me. I had always trusted Judy, but the truth hit me like a ton of bricks. She had been hiding things from me, relationships, secrets, lies. And when I confronted her, she didn't even try to deny it. She admitted everything. And that's when I realized that everything I thought I knew was a lie." DA Brat wiped away a tear. "I thought I knew her, but she had been living a double life, and I was the last to know. The betrayal was deeper than I could have imagined. And it shattered me." DA Brat's voice wavered as she spoke about the heartbreak she felt after the betrayal was exposed. "I felt like my heart was ripped out of my chest," she said, her eyes filled with raw emotion. "I trusted her. I loved her with everything I had. I gave her my all. And to find out that she had lied to me, kept me in the dark, and had relationships I didn't even know about, it broke me in ways I can't describe." DA Brat paused, her chest rising and falling with each breath. "The worst part was knowing that despite everything I had given her, it wasn't enough. She didn't value me. She didn't respect me the way I respected her. And that hurt more than anything else." DA Brat's voice faltered as she continued. "I loved her, and I thought she loved me. But love, it turns out, wasn't enough to save us. The confrontation with Judy was an emotional turning point for DA Brat. I had to confront her, DA Brat recalled, her voice firm yet filled with sadness. I couldn't let it go without hearing the truth from her. When I finally sat down with her and asked about the betrayal, it felt like everything I had built with her came crashing down in an instant. DA Brat's eyes darkened as she spoke about the confrontation. She tried to deny it at first, but I had the proof. And when I showed her what I knew, she couldn't deny it anymore. DA Brat's voice shook with anger and hurt. I wanted answers, but instead, I got excuses. She tried to justify her actions, tried to tell me that it wasn't what I thought. But I knew. I knew what had happened, and I knew we couldn't move forward. DA Brat's tone softened, and she looked down for a moment before looking back up at the camera. In that moment, I realized there was no going back. I had to walk away. The betrayal took a severe toll on DA Brat's emotional and mental health, a weight she struggled to describe in words. It's hard to explain the emotional toll that betrayal takes, she shared quietly, her voice thick with emotion. The depth of the hurt was more than just the act itself. It was the emotional devastation of trusting someone with everything, only to have that trust shattered in the most painful way possible. You give someone everything, and they take it all and throw it away, DA Brat said, her words reflecting the profound sense of loss she felt. The magnitude of the betrayal made DA Brat question every aspect of her life. She began to doubt everything she had believed in. Her trust in Judy, her ability to make the right choices, and, most devastatingly, her own worth. It makes you question everything. Your trust, your choices, even your worth, DA Brat continued, her voice heavy with the weight of these self-doubts. She found herself replaying every moment of the relationship, wondering where things had gone wrong. I started to doubt myself. I kept asking myself why I didn't see the signs sooner. Why didn't I know? What did I miss? The pain of not being able to see the truth, of being blind to the betrayal, compounded the emotional turmoil. DA Brat paused, taking a deep breath to collect herself before continuing. It took time to get through the pain. It wasn't easy, she admitted, her voice steady but still tinged with sorrow. Healing was not a linear process, and DA Brat had to confront the emotional chaos before she could begin to reclaim herself. But I had to learn to trust again, and that's been the hardest part, she said, acknowledging the long road to self-recovery. Trust had always been central to her relationships, and after it was broken, rebuilding that foundation was an enormous challenge. The hardest part wasn't just learning to trust others, it was learning to trust herself again. Once DA Brat realized she had to walk away from the relationship, the decision was final. There comes a point when you have to let go, no matter how much you love someone, she said, her voice filled with emotion, but steady with the resolve that had led her to this decision. The act of leaving Judy, someone she had loved deeply, was an incredibly difficult one. But DA Brat knew it was the only choice she had left for her own well-being. I loved Judy, but the lies and betrayal were too much, DA Brat said, the weight of those words speaking to the immense hurt she had endured. I had to choose myself, and as hard as that was, I knew it was the right decision. As DA Brat reflected on the decision to end a relationship, her eyes became distant, as if looking back at the emotional struggle she had faced. It's never easy to end something you thought would last forever, she shared softly. She had envisioned a future with Judy, one filled with love, partnership, and shared dreams. But that future was now shattered. But I had to protect my peace, my heart, and my future, DA Brat continued. Protecting her mental and emotional health had to come first, and that meant walking away. Walking away was the hardest thing I've ever done, but it was also the best thing for me, she said, her voice growing more hopeful as she spoke of the clarity that came with her decision. While leaving the relationship had been painful, it was also the first step toward healing and moving forward. During this difficult time, DA Brat found the strength to move on with the support of her family and friends. My family was heartbroken for me, DA Brat said, her voice softening with gratitude as she recalled how her loved ones rallied around her. Her family had always been a pillar of support, and in this moment of pain, they were there for her in ways that helped her regain some sense of stability. They've always been my rock, and when they found out, they were heartbroken for me, DA Brat shared. The hurt her family felt mirrored her own, but their support was unconditional. They didn't need to say much, just being there for me was enough, DA Brat said, a faint smile on her face as she reflected on the quiet comfort they provided. Her friends, too, played a crucial role in her healing. My friends, too, They helped me see that I wasn't alone, that I didn't have to carry this burden by myself, DA Brat said, her eyes glistening with gratitude. They listened to her, helped her process the pain, and reminded her that she deserved to find happiness again. Their support has been everything to me. It's what kept me going, DA Brat added, the sincerity in her voice clear. In her darkest moments, her family and friends helped her find the strength to keep moving forward, proving that even in times of overwhelming grief, love and support can be the light that guides the way. The public's response to DA Brat's revelation about the betrayal was overwhelming. I wasn't expecting the outpouring of love and support from my fans, DA Brat admitted, her voice filled with appreciation. The messages I received were incredible, people reaching out, sharing their own stories, offering their sympathy and encouragement. It made me feel like I wasn't alone in this. DA Brat's face softened as she continued. It's amazing how connected we can be through our pain. The love and understanding from my fans have helped me heal and reminded me that there is still good in this world. Despite the heartbreak, DA Brat is committed to moving forward with strength. I'm focused on my healing now, DA Brat said, her voice filled with determination. This experience has taught me a lot about myself, and I'm choosing to use it as fuel to grow stronger. I know there will be hard days, but I'm not going to let this define me. DA Brat smiled softly, her eyes filled with hope. I'm ready to move forward, to embrace the future with open arms. The best is yet to come. If DA Brat's story has resonated with you, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. How do you feel about DA Brat's courage and strength in facing her heartbreak? We'd love to hear from you.